Well, I decided to become a physician because I wanted a career that would really make a difference, and it was very clear at the time, this is 10 or 15 years ago, that kidney cancer was a cancer in dire need of improvement, and so it felt like a place where I could have an impact, and it was a science that I enjoyed to study, and so it all came together very nicely. I've always liked puzzles, and I like the search for an answer. I like the search for truth, and you find that in both sides of my career. I like approaching a patient's problem and digging to the bottom until you really understand it completely, and I like approaching a problem in the lab exactly the same way. That we've defined two clear subtypes of clear cell renal cell carcinoma that are dramatically different, and that really came from observations that not all kidney cancer is the same. Some patients have very slow growing, very indolent disease. Other patients have very aggressive and fast growing disease, and yet they were all lumped together. So we undertook a project to say, what's different? There must be something different in the biology of tumors across the board. We've been very interested in taking drugs that are being developed for treatment in the metastatic disease setting and moving it into an earlier stage. Then we can partner with the surgeons and see if, one, can these drugs make the surgical treatment better? That's something that's been done in a lot of other cancers for a long time, but has taken more time to develop for kidney cancer, and so we've been very excited to be among the first people in the country to put that together. In my short time being a kidney cancer doctor, the field has gone from having essentially no effective therapies to 7 that are FDA approved now, many of which can induce a long period of disease control. And by long, I mean time that we can measure in years, that they can substantially improve outcomes, and patients can return to some normal life after cancer. And there are new things coming all the time. We're working very hard in kidney cancer. I do have hobbies. I do things outside of work. My kids are still pretty active in sports, so I would say the first thing that I do is go to sports events. But I personally love to cook. One thing that I like here is the really rich availability of local produce and local things, and maybe it's a little bit like the scientist in me, that I like to cook pretty extemporaneously. I like to find one key ingredient that's local or new or fresh or just in season for a little while and make something from that. Finding the right lab where I could grow my skills in mouse modeling was really ideal. There were outstanding mentors here, and they were just very supportive here. They really understood what I needed and had all the resources that could make me be successful. We love Chapel Hill and the college atmosphere, the vibrancy of having undergraduates around, and all of the different activities that you can do in a college town setting. And then when you want to hop on a bicycle and be out of the city, you can do that. So it suits us kind of in every way that we could imagine.